Hello and welcome back to another tutorial. Today I'm just going to show you, because I don't, this is not a Duik character rigging tutorial, because we're teaching this at Weber State University where the computers reset, they're in deep freeze, so every time you restart them, everything you put on the computer gets reset back to where you restarted it last time. So I'm going to show how you could rig a character if you don't have awesome plugins like Duik. Okay, so let's pretend we're going to just make a stick figure here. For me, I'm going to use the shape tool, the rectangle tool. This is just a brand new project in After Effects. The composition is HD TV preset. It's 30 seconds long. But really this is just about setting up some relationships with layers so that you can move a character around. So let's build the character. Stick figure. This is going to be the body. So as I'm drawing this, I've got my mouse button compressed here, my left mouse button, and I start drawing the rectangle, and if I want to reposition it, hold down spacebar. And I can just, with my mouse button still down, I can change the position of it when I hold down spacebar. If I want to uniform draw this, there's a perfect square. If I want to draw it expanding out from both directions from where I started, I hold down Command, sorry. If you're on PC, you're holding down Control. And you can use a combination of all those keys. So there's Shift and Command, there's Command only, there's Shift and Command, hold down spacebar, can reposition it. So hopefully that all helps you draw a shape. And Command and spacebar will open up your spotlight, so that's a little inconvenient. So anyway, my stick figure person. There is the body. Now here's a little tip about anchor points. If I did draw this shape off to the side, at any time I can hit Command Option Home, and no matter where that shape is, it'll put the anchor point in the middle of the mass of that shape. And I actually kind of drew that pretty good. I put it right in the middle. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to deselect this layer because I need to draw an arm. Oops. Grab my shape tool, drag an arm. So I'm going to put that arm right here off to the side. But check out the anchor point for this new layer. It's over here. So if I hit Command Option Home, that shifted the anchor point to the middle of that arm. Now we're going to be moving these anchor points some more because that has a lot to do with how our character will move. But for now, I'm just going to leave it in the middle.
Why doesn't it just put the anchor point in the center all the time?
Because with a shape layer, no matter where you're drawing the shape, it's going to assume that you want the position of that shape to be based on the center of your composition. So that's why it does that. Plus you can draw multiple shapes on one shape layer. But I want each shape to be its own layer, so that's why I deselected the rectangle first and then started drawing another rectangle. Okay, so before I get too much farther, I'm going to start renaming these. I'm going to rename this bottom one body, and then depending on what kind of animator you are, you can either do your character's arm or your point of view, the arm. So from my point of view, this would be the left arm, but it's your character's right arm if your character is facing you. So just make sure whichever convention you decide to use, you're not going to confuse yourself. So because I want to make a symmetrical person, I'm going to duplicate the left arm layer, rename that one right arm. All right, and then I'm just going to move this over here. Now let's do another rectangle. And this one I'm going to put over here. Okay, I didn't deselect that arm layer. So I need to make sure I'm going to just click, hold my selection tool, click outside, click on nothing, whether it's down here or up here, just click on nothing. And then I'm going to hit Q to grab my rectangle tool again, and then here's a forearm. I'm going to undo that, make it a little bigger. Alright. Command Option Home will put the anchor point in the middle, and then I can call this right forearm. I'm going to hit Command D to duplicate that layer, and then rename this left forearm. Just move it over to the other side. Now I need a couple legs. And legs and head. So I'm going to just go quickly and, well, not too quickly so you can at least try and follow me. Who's following me? Okay, a couple of you are trying. Alright, so I'm going to make a couple more layers. One out here for a leg. Command Option Home. Rename that one. Right leg. Duplicate it. Rename it. So Command D to duplicate it. And it's automatically highlighted when you duplicate it. So I just hit Return to name this left leg. And now I'm just going to hold down Shift and use my left arrow to shift that into place. Okay. My guy's getting too tall. I'm just going to draw a box around all these so I can move them up here. So I can get some... Those arms are long. Those arms are too long. Well, I don't know. I'm going to just take these two layers and duplicate them with them both selected. Reorder them so that they are up at the top. And then just drag them down here. Just keep them the same size. So highlight this one. Enter right shin. And then highlight that one. Left shin. Alright, you can get crazy. You can get all the way down to hands, fingers, knuckles. You can get really detailed. You can do a pelvis layer. You can do so it's like kind of your upper torso, lower torso, pelvis. Like you can get really, when you start getting, what I'm going to do now is like the most detailed I would get without using a rigging tool. Okay. In fact, I really should just be doing an arm. I don't know if I'll get much farther than an arm. But I'm going to do another rectangle for each hand. So I need to select outside here, hit Q to activate my rectangle tool again. Draw a rectangle for the hand. No. Let's do circle. Hit Q a couple more times till my circle tool. Make a circle hand. Yes. Command Option Home, and then select it down here in the timeline. Enter. Right hand. Enter. Command D to duplicate that hand. Hit Enter to highlight the name. Left hand. And now grab my selection tool, which is V. Move it over here to the left. And one more circle. I'm going to draw an oval. Oh, I am big enough. I just had my screen off the top there. Oops, I accidentally drew. So see how the way I know I accidentally drew an extra shape on my shape layer is because the binding box went out big. So this shape layer includes the head and the hand right now. So that was a whoopsie by me. So I'm just going to grab my selection tool, deselect all the layers, hit Q for my shape tool, and then make a head. Alright. Select that layer, Command Alt Home. Alright. So So now that we've got all these in here, I'm going to drag a box around all these and move this person up so I can see everybody. Okay. Making sense so far? So now what we have to do is using the anchor points, watch what happens. Let's use this top hand just as an example, or the top arm as an example. When you move your upper arm, does it bend from the middle of your upper arm, or does it bend from your shoulder?
Shoulder.
Right, the joint is in your shoulder, it's not in the middle of your bone. So think about this as your upper arm bone, and this is your radium and ulna. I don't know why I know those two, but not this one. Anyway. All right, so, whoops. So the move behind tool, which is Y on your keyboard, that will allow you to grab that anchor point and move it up here into the shoulder area.
You gotta hold it or just.
No, you just activate it. So Y will activate the move behind tool. It's this one up here. Pan behind tool, anchor or anchor point tool. Makes it so you can grab the anchor point, move it up to the shoulder. So I don't have to, I can keep my anchor point tool selected now and click on your forearm, put that up in the elbow. Likewise with the hand, move that up to the wrist. Okay, so do that with all of the layers. Head is going to move from the neck, or the base of the neck. This arm from shoulder area, this arm from elbow area, this hand from the wrist area. Now, here's a decision you need to make about the body. Where do you want the body to tilt from? Probably down here, I would say, pelvis area. Then you can put legs up in the hips, and I'd put it up in the hips. There. To temporarily turn any tool into your hand tool, you just hold down the space bar so you can just reposition. Because I've still got my anchor point tool selected here. I'm not going to put feet on this person because I just don't want to get that detailed. This is going to be plenty detailed. Now we need to set up the relationships between these layers. Now think about how the body moves. In order to put my hand up above my head, what needs to move?
Your lower
It-
arm has to move
yeah.
first.
So the hand rides the forearm, and the forearm rides the upper arm, right? So if you think about it that way, we need to parent the hand to the forearm to the upper arm, and then what does the upper arm follow?
So the body.
It'll follow the body, okay? Because in our model, the shoulder up here is part of the body layer, okay? So it's all one layer. So let's do that. Hand,
Is
that's
that why-
why, sorry,
Is that
what?
why you put your anchor points for the shoulders inside the body?
Yeah,
instead of
because
in
if,
the, between the two?
yeah, because if I rotate this arm now, well, you make a good point. For this character, it might be a good idea to have that anchor point out here a little bit more. Maybe like up here on the shoulder. That looks weird too. It all looks weird. It's a stick figure. It can only look so good. Some people make stick figures look really good. I don't. I've always been bad at stick figures. All right, so let's do it. Let's do the left side, left arm. So we're going to start with the hand. If you want to stack your layers so that all of your left hand, so left hand can be next to the left arm, and then the left forearm can be next to the hand in between. This will help you because then you just draw a line down. Left hand, left forearm to left arm to body. Now watch what happens. Rotate that arm, all the rest go down. Look how long that arm is. That's a monkey arm. Yeah, I drew that way too long. But now if I rotate the forearm, the hand will just only follow the forearm. And now if I rotate the hand does its own thing. Okay? So if I use a combination of rotation keyframes on all of those, that arm will extend itself out. Now what Duik does, Duik allows you to tie a controller to the hand, and then it says what is following what. You say the hand's following this and this and this, and then it'll put a controller out here so that it will automatically just move the entire arm, and all you have to move is the hand, and the shoulder will remain connected. So it makes it so that you only have to move one layer around in order to get the arm to move. It's called inverse kinetics. IK is what it's called. So look up Duik. It's really cool. Anyway, it's free. That's why it's cool. I donated money because I appreciate the people who made it so much. All right. So now we got to do this on the right side. Right hand, let's put that under the right, or above the right forearm and right arm, so they're all together. So right hand, right forearm to right arm, and then I need to tie the right arm to the body. Let's do the same thing with our shins. The right shin is going to connect to the right leg. Right leg is going to connect to the body. I'm just going to use the drop-down menus. So left shin, left leg to body. The last thing we have is this head layer, which I didn't name. So I'll name that now, head. And that needs to be connected to the body. Whoops. So another thing that the inverse kinetics will do is it'll say which is the body layer, which is the leg layer, which is the upper leg, lower leg, all that stuff. And it'll put a controller on the pelvis, and then as soon as you move the body down, you will automatically have this bend out and this bend in, this bend out and this bend in. So all you need to do is move the body down and the legs automatically bend outward, and it keeps the feet in place. Super cool. Do, 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 undo, undo. But if you want to do it all manually, you do it this way. All right, so let's do lots of keyframes now. This would probably be a good time to bring back that record button so that like you automatically create keyframes with everything. But I'm going to hit Command A so that I can find a starting point for my character. And I'm going to hit Alt P and Alt or Option R. And that arms the position and rotation for all these layers, whether I'm going to move them right now or not. Now, if I move my playhead forward and start moving them around, I'm automatically going to create keyframes. So let's select the starting position. You can do that really easy with characters because previously I was telling you need to find your ending position. If you bring them in and get everything where you want it to be, have that be your ending position. Then no matter where you scatter your layers out, then at least they'll all come back together in the end. So, but we're going to find a starting position for this guy. Oh, look what I did with all those layers selected. Wee, wee. All right. I'm going to hit Command R, bring up some rulers, just to show myself where my feet are standing. So I'm going to bring in just a little guide layer to kind of show where the feet are standing. Everything else will just move around till it looks right. So let's start with a nice relaxed position. W is your rotation tool. wotation. Like from American Tail, the lady that wants a wowie, wants to have a wowie.
Let's have a
She says her R's with a W. Let's have a wowie.
Let's like
Let's wotate these whales.
Baba Wawa.
Yeah.
Oh, the Awams. That's so cool.
All right, so I'm going to use this as a starting position. That's I should switch the arm layers and the leg layers because they're like disproportionate. Doesn't matter. Hey, it's character design. W. Okay. All right. So here's my starting position. Honestly, I've done this so many times where I'm like, how many frames, how long is it going to take for the arm to raise above the head, because I don't know how fast it's supposed to move. So I will actually videotape myself doing the action that I want the character to do so that I know how many frames I need. And I just use it as a reference. Ever since they started animating, they were doing that using just video for reference or film for reference. All right, so I'm going to just move forward 20 keyframes, okay, or 20 frames. So now if I make the body bend down, then I need to bend this leg out. Whoops. Grab my rotation tool, bend that out, bend that in, bend that out, bend that in, and watch what happens. Whoop. Okay. And then I can rotate this out, rotate this out. Now, if I go back, here's something that's really useful, and that is the reverse keyframe. Or I could just take these rotation keyframes. If I go forward another 20 frames, I can copy and paste those, copy and paste those, copy and paste those. Keep copying and pasting. You can only do this one layer at a time, because if you select the keyframes of multiple layers, then they will accidentally just copy and paste the layers. Okay? All right, so those arms went in, up, but I'm thinking maybe instead of having these arms coming back to this position right here, I want them, when they bend back down, to crisscross. You know, that little dance move. So I'm going to start.
How do you make it go in
This
front
here.
of the legs?
You'd have to change the stacking order. So, left leg, leg layers all need to go below. There. Now the hands are going on the thighs. Do. And then when they bend again, instead of bending them that way, let's go like that. Whee! Oh my gosh, that's lame. I'm so proud of myself right now. Doop, doop, doop.
Now you need to do that little side kick.
He's flipping back to his original position. I've got extra keyframes in here. Look at that. I've got extra keyframes. He's popping back to his original position. All right. Okay, what do I need to do now?
Make them do that little side kick, you know, where they go to the side and kick their heels together. Yes.
Okay. Oh, you're-
You know what I mean?
okay, bear with me. I'm going to make him jump now. Oops. All right. Whap, 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 whoop. Okay, Okay, but jump action needs to happen faster, so I'm gonna bring these in here. Make them closer. Alright, yep. I'm sound effects help, I promise. If you just make them with your mouth, they help. So he's gonna jump here. Let's give him it body, grab the body, start moving it up. Add some rotation here. But I'm gonna be careful to, I need to have my start rotation start there and then rotate it that way. Then this arm will probably come out this way a little farther. Head needs to rotate there. Add a keyframe, move that one back. See, the way I added that, the reason why I added that keyframe and moved it back is because I need to make sure it's not moving until I'm ready for this jump to happen. Whoop. Keep that going up, keep that going up. Alright, so I need to add a kick. But jump action first. Okay, legs. Jumping up to here. Ah, I hear ya. All right. This leg needs to kick out. That leg needs to finish the jumping motion. And then they come together. Click. I think I want this leg to kick out farther. Yeah. And I think also I need to find the keyframe with these elbows going out. So these. It's that one. Needs to be more force here. Boink. I've got an extra keyframe here. This is, oh my gosh, this is like taking me back. This is how I used to do it. I actually use Duik a lot now. Boing.
Now make him look like he's climbing up out of the box. Now make him do this. Now make him do that.
Okay.
Come on, Scott. You can do anything.
Anything you can do better.
I like how you said you can do better.
You can do anything better than you.
We should be starting to come back down here, so we need some grab. Hopefully at this point you're just mucking around like I am. This is hard because at this point I'd probably want to change the relationships a little so that, yeah. Grab. Body still needs to go down. Now I need to make some rulers here. This is grab points. Because now the body's got to float down a little bit. And rotate this way. Down. Whoops. The only parameter I'm changing to move these arms is rotation. That's it. Huh. Well, that's gonna be weird. And all right, super strong person. They don't need to like even. Just gonna make this person super strong. Doesn't fall at all. Jump. So here, Command R, Alt R, Alt R. So, gotta get those grab points. Here we go. Whoops. Alt R. Alt R. Okay. Yeehaw. Just to see what it looks like, I'm going to just draw a box around every single keyframe and then add easy ease to it. So F9, function F9. Just see how it looks. Do, 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 boing. Huh. All right.
Do it again.
Do, do, do. All right.
Good job.
So yeah, it's a lot more practical if you're doing just like a little robot arm or something instead of a whole body. Because once you start rotating that body, like everything around it starts going. So yeah, it's definitely something that's really handy if you just wanted to like have a robot arm like bend down and do a really simple motion. When you start getting into full body articulation, then you run into problems because a robot arm could just, or even like the arm of a lamp. You have the base of this little spring-loaded arm lamp. You just have your base, and then you have your bottom arm, your upper arm, and then you have the lamp head. So there's only three joints. You just have the lamp head follow. Yeah. Should I do it?
Little logo for the
Pixar?
Pixar, yeah.
little Pixar logo.
Where he's jumping on.
But see, what I would do with that is I would draw the lamp base, and then maybe include another circle with that layer. I've got strokes on all these, so it's not going to really work that well. Then, so put the anchor point of that in the middle here. Then maybe do like 2 little skinny rectangles.
Isn't it part of your circle?
Yeah, it is. Thanks. Then I can move this here. Put the anchor point down at the bottom. Rotate it out this way. Put it underneath. Do another circle layer for this hinge. And then I could probably get away with drawing the other part of the arm on that. But let me make it its own thing. So I'm going to just duplicate this layer. I'm not naming these because I'm trying to go fast, so I'm getting sloppy. Put that anchor point in the middle of this circle. And then draw another layer for the lamp. The lamp head. This is why I'm not an artist. I'm just an animator. All right. I think that needs to be bigger. Well, not much bigger. Okay. This needs to be better. That base isn't even flat. Okay, that's a little better. All right, so this layer, lamp, whoops. Okay, call it lamp, hinge, upper, base, lower. All right, so the lower should probably follow the base. The upper should follow the lower. The lamp should follow the lower, and the hinge should follow the lower. Now here's a pretty cool thing you could do. So the reason why these are spring-loaded is the idea is we're getting way far now. This is heavy stuff. So heavy. The idea now is if this goes out this way and this lowers down, whoops, I didn't set up that relationship right. The lamp is supposed to follow the upper. All right. And then that comes down, but hopefully the lamp would be pointed in this direction still, right? You could do that automatically. I just undid my lamp relationship. With some inverse rotation. But I've already got my rotation like going crazy. Yeah, it's all weird already. So never mind that idea. All right, so I'm just gonna select. I can lock my hinge because that's not gonna move. The hinge is just there to cover up this intersection here. That's just cosmetic. That's why it's following the lower arm. I could have drawn that circle on the lower arm layer, like as an additional shape on that shape layer, but I didn't. All right, so add, nope, I need the lower to go below the base. Okay, so add rotation to the lower, the upper, and the lamp, and then go forward 2 seconds, and I can rotate that out this way. Rotate this way, and rotate this way. See how much better it works when it's like a inanimate, more robotic type of object than a person? Because like this is how robots are supposed to move, because their limbs don't have the kind of nuanced motion that the human body does. So this is a lot easier to do. And then you could actually, from here, move it back up slightly to kind of create a sense of gravity. Add easing to these two. Well, add easing to all of them at a minimum. Then it goes here. Hey. All right, so there's setting up relationship, using the parent-child relationship to articulate jointed objects, I guess. Yeah. Let's watch it bigger. It's more satisfying when it's bigger. Ooh. Do you know what we could do now?
You can jump.
Oh yeah, I guess you could. No, I was thinking I'm gonna add another layer, but
Turn
this
the light
time, huh?
Make the light turn on.
Yeah. Check this out though. Like I can just do a layer where can do a solid. This is just me goofing around now. If you wanted there to be a light in here, we could do Command Y, make a solid, make it a white solid, click OK. Make a little circle, feather that a whole bunch. Command Alt Home will put the anchor point in the middle of that. Put it underneath the lamp. And then make it follow the lamp head. Follow lamp.
Nice.
Okay. We can take it one step further, and we can grab that same solid layer, drag it down here. I'm going to put it at the very bottom for now, or underneath all this stuff. Make another layer, and this is where feathering masks, doing your mask feather tool can come in really good handy. That's awesome English. All right. Now if I hit G again, grab my feather tool, I can add a feather point to that, drag it way, way out. And then I put a point on this one, bring it way, way in. Kind of. I think I sort of have the right idea, I just have the wrong size shape here.
Looks like a great big light bulb.
Yeah. I mean, I can hone in on this here. There we go. Here we go. Should probably do a point here and here. And then actually I need to change the shape of this. Add a point to the mask here and drag it in. Come on, Scott.
What do you think it's got?
Gosh,
All right.
Rocks. She's got rocks.
Well, you know what else I could do? I could just take another mask here, slash right through it, and then change the masks so that only that side of it is showing. Oh, darn it. There. And then take this second mask and feather that a whole bunch. There, that's the effect I'm going for. All right. And then change the opacity of that a little bit. There, now I've got two layers contributing to the light effect. Oh. That needs to follow the lamp.
Awesome.
Should I turn it on?
Yeah.
Another thing I could do is, so this turns on, but then I could animate this second mask so that it grows out while it's finishing its move. That took a little bit more work for the computer to do. Whoop, that ended too early. Okay, you guys done watching me show off?
It's so fun.
But now I can put this, just all I have to do to move this is to just move the base over here. Ugh. Okay, you want to see another thing you could do with this?
Yes. Always.
I'll just keep going. I'll keep going. Okay, so I'm going to make a text layer.
Have it shining light on the text layer.
Welcome home. Yeah, but I'm not going to do it in 3D. I'm just going to use a track mat for this text layer. So, you know how I've got this big feather on this one? Oops. I have this text layer up here. What I could do is put this text layer below. I'm going to call this lamp halo. What I could do is duplicate the lamp halo and use it as a track mat for the welcome home text so that only what you're barely seeing through the halo would be visible. Ooh.
Then you need to make your halo bigger. I get brighter.
I want it to be shrouded in mystery. Now this is just the halo layer, so it's okay that I'm making this bigger. Click. Oh, I accidentally added a keyframe there. Here we go. Maybe that keyframe was a good thing.
Maybe you can rotate the lamp head so that it like shines across
Yeah.
Welcome Home.
Let's do that. Lamp, rotate. Okay, I got funky stuff going on here. There we go. Welcome home. But you can do that in 3D space. There are effects that can kind of like where if you have a 3D layer, you can have a light follow it, so that anywhere that layer points, it'll cast light on whatever layers the light is hitting. So you can actually create like a light.
Like a camera or something like a
Well, so you draw your light, but then the actual 3D light becomes what is illuminating the objects that it hits, that it's pointed at. And you can use an object like this layer. You would just, if this were 3D, you would put the light right here, pointing down, and then you would parent the light layer to this lamp layer. Then anywhere the lamp pointed, the light would shine on it. I was just doing it this way because I wasn't dealing with 3D for this lesson, or this mess around time. This isn't even a real lesson. All right. And yet, we managed to make it almost an hour long. So,
So there you go, Maddie.
yeah, there you go. There's an hour-long lesson for you.
I don't
Have fun.
Save that in the files. What's the title?
We put it. We'll put this on your maybe we could save this and we could put it on our piece of paper for our iPhone animation. You can like make a little guy do a little dance on the piece of paper and then jump off of it. All right. Thanks for joining.